Right. Okay. So this one is going to be a bit of a fun, and sometimes it can be very important when you combine sort plus the filter function. What I mean by that is that one of the tricks when you don't necessarily know the database, or you can see from the beginning that there will be some interruptions and you're not necessarily confident enough to say, or you think there could be something like the blank spaces. One of the best things that you can actually do in this respect is to use the filter function, and you can use the condition by which you can actually select the data set without without any spaces. So what I mean by that is that we're going to select this range here again, as we have done, and typically, let's say in this case, we know that there could be some issues um, with the date column, and by this we are going to be doing the following conditions. So we'll select the date column, and by the way, this could work for given that we have an empty space here, could work. It will work out for any of the columns. But the key part is to specify condition that we want to choose everything from the data set except the blank spaces, or except the rows when we have the date column as the blank spaces. What I mean by that is that we want to ignore these rows of the blank. We are choosing the date column as our conditional column that we want to filter upon, and we want to remove the blank rows. And how to do this? You can do this sign here. As you can see, this is again, this is a combination of less and greater than, kind of this is the one that you need to. By selecting this, you're telling that I want to filter all the rows in the column on basis of the column date across the whole data set when and and then quotation double quotation marks twice, which means that these ones equivalent to the blank spaces. So essentially, I want to filter everything on basis of I want to filter the data set on the basis of the date column, with the exception of the rows on the basis of the date column that are empty. So when I press close the brackets, I press enter, you can see right now that the data, you can see there are a couple of things, a couple of rows which are missing here, which will be corresponding to this particular um, for these particular rows. So the key part is, remember, if I want to filter something that does not contain any spaces, I want to exclude the empty rows. This is the sign that I need to focus on. I want to show I want to filter everything different from the spaces. And essentially what we can do later on, for example, in this case, if you actually want to sort them, for example, by amount, and this is again something that we can clearly do, is that what I will do is then before the filter function, I will actually, let's recall how the sort function works. So I'm just going to press here, sort, and then the first thing is going to be the range. And the range is, this is our range essentially that we've just filtered. So essentially the first condition, the first attribute of the sort function is going to be our range. And this is our range we have filtered. And then I'm going to press comma, and we are moving to the next attribute, and we want to filter as by the fifth column, and we want to have it in descending order, which going to claim as false. So as simple as that. Try, the key part honestly is to understand that within the sort you have a range, and the range is our filter function we have already done here, and you can actually see here as well. So once this is done, I press enter, and there you go. We have all the data, which again excludes any blank rows, and sorted in the descending order by the amount.